What's up, Daley-o?
Daley-o.
Yep. Let it just roll with it. Let it happen.
Alright, so we are on our way to Wyoming. We are right now halfway between, we're almost to the Wyoming state border. We just got done going up over Parley's Canyon and over Parley's Summit, and then getting up over past Park City, well, right alongside of Park City, and then right up over into by Colville, Wanship, and then we're getting over the top and we're headed up into Wyoming. We're going to go to Fort Bridger, Wyoming. This is something that we've talked a little bit about. We're going to a mountain man rendezvous. Now, ever since I was young, probably the age of about 11, 12, my family has been doing what I guess you can call historical reenactments, or yes, or a historical interpretation of the pre-1860 fur trade of the Rocky Mountains and trappers and hunters and things like that. So this is a hobby that my dad originally got into, and then kind of got us all involved in it, and now it's in our blood. And so we're going to show you kind of some fun stuff. It's actually really fun. I think you guys will find it very interesting.
That was a very unattractive face.
What you wearing?
Rendezvous clothes.
Rendezvous clothes. So we are at the Mountain Man Rendezvous. That's the tent we stay in. This is a teepee. And if you take a look here, we're at Fort Bridger, Wyoming. And people come from all over the United States and the western United States to come do this. This is one of the largest historical reenactments that happens every year over Labor Day in Fort Bridger, Wyoming. Where are we walking?
We're walking down Trader's Row. So this...
What is Trader's Row?
What happens is at the rendezvous, everybody has their tents. There's a section where those who want to trade their goods that they've made or things they've got, they set up on what's called Trader's Row. So it's a row of tents. They've got shops inside each of them. You can buy dresses, you can buy knives and the like.
Leather. A lot of the stuff they sell here is pre-1860.
Yep, that's where you stock
So,
up.
if you look, you can see all these guys dressed up in their leathers, like mountain men, and
Got a couple of the real people because they let people come in here to look at the shops and
yeah, they let
peruse.
They let people come.
So you've got a mix in of, especially here on Trader's Row, normal and period clothing. So got Kyle.
They're showing how they make rope.
Yeah, these people are making rope here.
Yeah, my name's Willow, and I was born and raised in Salt Lake, but I'm a true mountain man now. I do the mountains and then I go to the desert in the winter. And I just do my thing, and just me and my dog, and we just have a good old time with the rendezvous. I think the people and the events are fantastic, and I've grown to just love and endure the whole atmosphere, and it becomes it's just become part of my life, and that's what I do.
Okay. Give us a little bit of the history of Mount Manning, and maybe talk a little bit about that.
Well, the history of the Mountain Men were they only went through a short span of about 20 years. They started in around the 1800s and went. The last rendezvous was in Green River, and so it lasted about 15 years, and a very short span. But the English decided they didn't want beaver huts anymore, and so it became a economic thing with the trappers, and so they went on and became leaders to wagon trains, and they became you know, they more or less lost their jobs over.
By the 1820s and 1830s, the area is filled with trappers, and they trap the beaver out, and the environment is beginning to change. So there's a collision of things that take place. Number one, you have a warming period that takes place. You have water beginning to change the way that it's formed, not in ice, but in the form of summer rains. And this begins to dry out. And then the interesting thing is the beaver begin to be trapped out. So the beaver trapped out, the environment is changing, so you've got a lot of different things colliding at one particular point in time.
This is cool. Check out this guy's outfit. These guys are very colonial, French and Indian War, almost Last of the Mohicans type outfit. Very cool. Everything down to the musket. So right here, historically, is where the California Trail and the Mormon Trail ran right through Fort Bridger, Wyoming. A lot of pioneers and wagons crossed through here. And actually, when you're driving on your way up from Utah up into Wyoming, you can actually see permanent marks from all the hundreds and thousands of wagon wheels that have worked their way
Like them.
into the earth.
No, that's how come you're so
15?
wonderful.
No, no. 12.
What you wearing?
Rendezvous dress?
Rendezvous dress?
Yep. It's a little big on me. But that's okay.
Yeah. What am I wearing?
Rendezvous dress?
Rendezvous dress. So
You got some leather pants going on there.
they're
They're called leathers.
they're
It's
leathers with the fringe. I made
Got
these
some
a long
moccasins
time
on.
ago.
It's got a nice drop sleeve shirt.
Drop sleeve shirt. You got a vest.
Same thing you got on Traders.
Two Rivers knife with the sheath.
That's actually beaded with porcupine quills.
This is quills. This is quill
They're
work.
dyed porcupine quills that have been
This
sewed
is done
onto
by a
it.
friend of mine named Walnuts. That's his mount man
It's
name.
very hard to do because you have to get them wet and everything.
So, but anyhow, and then you got flint and steel right here. This is my flint and steel kit. You gotta have your glass if you don't want to be
Hurting your hand.
productive. You can use the glass. If there's no sunlight and it's nighttime, you definitely want to use your flint and steel. You've got your striker and then your flint. So anyhow, this is the traditional way of how they used to do it. And then bear claw necklace with chevrons. So I have much more to add to my outfit, but it's all something that takes time to build and make better.
So this is going to be a straight song. And he does feed off your guys' energy, so make sure you scream really loud. joining in. Let's give them all a round of applause.
Thornburgh was a dog. Named after Major T.T. Thornburgh, who was killed in a fight with the Ute Indians near the White River Agency, September 29, 1879. The dog was a survivor of a wagon train burned during the battle and grew up as a military camp follower. Eventually, he ended up at Fort Bridger. On several occasions, Thornburgh distinguished himself by his heroic deeds, including catching a commissary thief, warning a sentinel of marauding Indians, saving the life of a soldier in a knife fight, and rescuing a small boy from drowning. At Fort Bridger, Thornburgh became the devoted companion of a freighter, Buck Buchanan, and the favorite of many who frequented the post. Thornburgh died September 27, 1888, as the result of being kicked by one of Buchanan's mules. It is said that Thornburgh's master lies in an unmarked grave in the city cemetery of Salt Lake City. So, he died here. They even gave him a headstone. I just want to not sound all super sappy and weird and whatnot, but it's our last day up here at Fort Bridger, and it's kind of hard to imagine that, sorry if you're getting the wind in the microphone, but it's kind of hard to imagine that mountain men and trappers and explorers and travelers were here on this very land that we're standing on, and they had an event, if not bigger than what this is. And it's hard to imagine just kind of that feeling of having to walk away from all of this and go out into the wild and be on your own again in solitude and solidarity. And it's just hard to imagine that they'd have to go do that for another year before they come to another rendezvous. So, alright, so I look like a mess.
So do I.
I'm tired. We're leaving Evanston, Wyoming. The rendezvous was a lot of fun. I wish we would have been able to show you guys more, but the truth is I was having way too much fun, and there's several times I just forgot to film things. So this might be a short video, but anyhow,
I don't think anybody would complain about that.
yeah, it's something you'd have to experience for yourself. I mean, we go to 2 of these a year. We go to one, like I said at the beginning of this video, one is in Cache Valley, Utah, Cache Valley Rendezvous, and then we go to the other one, which is up in Wyoming. That's the Fort Bridger, Wyoming Rendezvous. So they have rendezvous all over the place. They're everywhere. So as far as all that goes, check them out, look them up. There's several places you can find information about them. They're so much fun.
Even if you don't camp, it's fun to just find one and stop in.
Yeah, you don't need to camp. You can go for the day. You can do whatever you need to. They're just a blast. They're a hoot. So, I'm going to be very, 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 very busy. This may be one of my last videos I do in a long time, just because my job keeps me pretty busy. I probably already mentioned this before. I work with Castle of Chaos Haunted House, and we open in 3 weeks. 3. So, I'm part of the production crew. I'm part of the casting and upper management as a general manager, so I juggle many hats there. So I will be very busy, and I apologize. I will try to shoot some video blogs when I can there and show you guys kind of the fun and what the cool stuff is that we do. And but I'm going to be very busy, so please forgive us for maybe a short vacation. I may have Ken go out and film a few things in between between now and then. But either way, check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Twitter under Dale Flink. And why are you still here? Go home already, weirdo.